Hello and welcome back to VidEvage, and today we're celebrating. I might be rambling in this one, so this is just a forewarning, but I wasn't really sure when or how or if I would ever hit this number. Getting to 1,000 subscribers feels like it took forever. Even though most of you have been showing up in the last 2 weeks, honestly, I think like a good 500 of you just came out of the woodwork. And I know that all of you are here because you probably found this comment, or that comment, or maybe that comment. Yeah, I do quite a bit of it right now. And I know that nobody really likes to see comment advertisements, and I try to hide that as best as I can, but at the same time I got to a point where I was just willing to try just about anything. I've been trying to make content on YouTube for quite some time. I've put a lot of work and effort into videos that I really shouldn't have put that much effort into, and while not all of them are quality and not all of them are, you know, worth watching, it still was a huge chunk of my life. When I started back in September, I only had 494, I believe, or no, 484. I hit the 500 milestone back on the second time I tried to take YouTube seriously, and I dropped the ball. I did this because work, really. Real life will always end up getting in the way, and that's one of the things I'm always concerned with when it comes to trying to do this channel. It's just the reality of life. Everything that I've done today is the result of me deciding, you know what, I'm gonna make as much content as I can, as fast as I can. I'm gonna try to do 5 videos a week. It's tough, especially when I want to do it the way that I do it. It's very intensive. I mean, can you see the bags under my eyes? No. I honestly don't know what to say other than thank you for all of you who have come here, who had decided to be curious enough to check out my channel. You mean a lot. You have to realize something about making content on YouTube. I'm not a big guy. I'm not anywhere large. I don't have a huge following. I'm not somebody to be like, oh hey. I produce the content, and for the longest time it just sort of sat into a void. I may be getting a couple views here and there, and there was a few people who made it a point to comment. And Thronulus, I'm looking at you, same as you, Artie. You guys have been with me for years now. The thing about making content and putting it out there on YouTube is if it doesn't get seen, if you put a lot of work into it and you put hours of your life trying to make something interesting or entertaining and it just doesn't get seen, it's daunting. It's crushing, actually, because nothing is worse for a content creator of any kind. I don't care where you are, I don't care how much time you put into it, I don't care what the quality is. Anybody who makes any kind of content and for it to never be seen is a really hard thing to keep pushing beyond. I never will stop creating content, even if I'm dirt poor and out on the street. And I don't think I'd ever get to that point, but if I ever were at that point, I would still be creating content because it is something that I'm deeply passionate about. Why? I love making things out of nothing. And I know I'm just doing gaming content, and that's, you know, in today's age, that's kind of the lowest common denominator as far as YouTube lowest common denominator as far as YouTube content goes. Not a whole lot of people put a lot of value into Let's Plays or Let's Players because they are able to record the content, do their spin on it, pop the videos out very, very fast. And there's too much of us. It's an oversaturated market. And I could have probably gone down a different route. I could have used the knowledge I have with visual effects and film and editing, and I could have done a different kind of channel, but I decided I wanted to do gaming. And you want to know why I decided I wanted to do gaming? 2 reasons. One, I was getting to an age in my life where I would never play a video game again because I was just too busy trying to make ends meet with work and trying to improve my craft as a visual effects artist and as an editor. And I've been serious about trying to get into filmmaking for a very, very long time, and that's where most of this content is coming from. It's all that time I've spent into trying to make films and video and visual effects and trying to get funded, and I never got funded. I've never been in a position where I've been able to do that. Maybe one day, but not yet. And the second reason is I really enjoy breaking the boundaries between, you know, what a game is and how it interacts with me. I like that. I find that those are the fun nuggets, and I think that you guys enjoy that too. I like it when you react to when I've gotten a character to talk back to me, and it takes a bit to animate that within the gameplay, and it seems like such a stupid thing to be putting your time into for just a game video, but I enjoy it because it brings life to characters that otherwise may have been forgotten, to breathe something new into something that we all inevitably will have played or have seen at some point. I'm entering into a type of YouTube channel that is just, it's saturated. There's no doubts about it. I could be doing this like everybody else, but I want to do it this way. I want to break those boundaries. I want to break that wall. I want to create interesting, fun little stories, and I guess you could say I am egotistical enough to want to insert myself into the games. So some of you have watched Life is Strange. You kind of know where I was going with that, and I am gonna finish it. Trust me, it's coming this month. I just going through all the audio is so much work. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Ultimately, what I want to tell all of you, all 1,000 of you, even though I know that that's not an accurate number, there's probably a few dead accounts from when I first started, but hey, that's beside the point. For all 1,000 of you, you gotta know this. You make it so that the content I make is valuable. I started back in February, and I made it a mission to produce 5 days out of the week. And I got maybe 5 subscribers, 5 new viewers out of that. That was an entire month that flew by, and the only people that really noticed were some of my old subs. And you guys, thank you so much. Absolutely. You made me get through February. The few of you who were actively commenting and made moments, those were all the difference. Because if I had nothing, I probably might have given up on the first of this month, and that would have been the point where I missed out on the growth. Because I decided, you know what, no, I'm gonna push this harder. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna comment on larger channels and see if I can get any traction that way. And surprisingly, it worked. I tried to be as tasteful about it as possible, but I know that all of you, all of the new people who are here right now, all of you who are commenting, all of you who are taking the time to watch my stuff, thank you for giving me a chance. I'm serious. If you weren't here watching this right now, it would get tossed out into a void. No one would see it, no one would hear it, no one would care for it. But you're watching me right now, and that's important to me, because I can make all the content I want in the world. It doesn't mean a damn thing if nobody watches it. And I've done that for a very long time, and I know what it's like to make content that just gets tossed out into a void. I've worked very, very hard on a lot of things that feel like they've gone nowhere, and this could have ended up being another one of those. It's just... content is content, and I would hate for content to be thrown out, to be gone, and to never be seen. This is why I make it a point to comment on anything that I watch. If I watch your video, if you saw me and I left a comment, it's because I watched it. It's because I know the power of a comment. And for all of you who are commenting, you make, I'm repeating myself. You make all the difference. I mean that. I really do. Anyways, thank you so much for getting me to 1,000. I hope that I can keep entertaining you guys. I hope that you won't get bored with me, honestly. That's kind of a fear of mine. And there's a very real thing here where I am pushing for growth. I am aiming for higher. I don't want to, you know, I'm not happy at 1,000. I know, I'm greedy. But the reality is I may not be in a position where I can keep producing like this for very long. If I don't reach certain numbers, if I don't prove that YouTube is some viable platform where I can make a secondary income somehow, some way, there will be things in my life that will force me to have to drop it. It's a priority thing. Some of you might not know this, but I have a family of my own, and I have to be very aware of my financial situation and making sure that I can make ends meet. And I'm not expecting you guys to do anything. I hope that you keep watching, and I hope that we keep growing, because if I can hit those numbers, or even just a little bit, you know, just a little bit of financial income comes out of this, that would be everything. And it would make sure that this channel grows and lives and doesn't die on the next horizon. And that's... I'll keep making content, but reality of life, right? Anyways, if I have a couple things that I wanted to let you guys know. So I've opened up a Discord server, and I encourage all of you to join it, because this will be the next best way to get in touch with me and to interact and, you know, help shape the channel and what kind of content I do and what kind of stuff I create. You guys can get involved. I reply to every comment I see. Guaranteed. I don't care if it's positive, if it's negative, I don't care what it is, I will reply to it. And if you see that I have hearted it, the reason why I heart everything is because I want you to know that I've read your comment, and that's the best way to do it. If for whatever reason I get to a point where there's just too much traffic, I mean, this is a fantasy here, if it ever get to that point, it's going to be the one tool that I'll have to show that I am reading, right? If I heart it, it means I've read it. It means that I acknowledged it. I took notice of it. And I may not be able to reply to everything. So Discord's going to be the next best thing for that. If we ever get there, right now it's still easy. I can reply to every single one of you, and I cherish every comment you make. Oh, makes all the difference, especially as far as the motivation goes. You have no idea. I encourage you to join that. I hope I will see you there. It will be everything. I won't stop replying to comments. This is something I'm kind of addicted to. So, you know, I encourage you to keep leaving comments on the videos, and I will make sure to be that spammy comment whore who always replies. And last but not least, so some of you have asked for a Q&A, and if you have any questions, this is going to be the one video I will not answer any comment that is question related. If you post a comment down below in this video, you can ask me anything you want, and I'm going to make a follow-up video probably next week, and I'll answer any and all questions you guys have. So feel free to poke me and see what I do, see what my life's about. Ask me anything that you want. You want to know my gear, you want to know my life, you want to know what I do. Ask away. Anything that you have that you think is relevant, just go for it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I would not get anywhere if you didn't think my content was worth viewing. So I'll be forever grateful for that. And I guess I'll just have to see you in the next one. So until then, you guys know it.